Hi guys, it's Promise Sebastian here again. It's another wonderful Wednesday and trust you are having a wonderful day. We are going to be learning this awesome flyer here. You could see a lot was put in here. You could see the composition, you could see the blending, you could see the texturing. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the bell notification button as I drop awesome tutorials like this every Wednesday night. So without further ado, let's get started on the flyer. I'm going to start by getting a blank background, so I'll just head over to the background interface here, and then I'm going to swipe up and then click the OK, and everything is gone. So what I want to do now is use the plus button up here, and then from gallery, I'm heading over to my gallery now. I'll get the background first, so it's in my gallery now, and then I'm going to tap on the background image. This is the background image now, but it's on a landscape format. So what I want to do now is use a square format or dimension for the cropping. So I just tapped on this first two here now, this first shape here, so it's just cropping the square format for me, and I'll just click the good button below. So I'm gonna draw this to the extreme now, so it covers up everywhere here. So I think it's covered up. I will switch over to the shape interface, and then I'm going to change the size. So it's 101, 101. So I will just resize and increase again. So it's 100, 100. Now that is 100% fitted. I'm going to use the relative position, relative to the center, relative horizontal, and click the good button. So I'm just going to lock it from the layer 2. This is the layer 2 now. It's locked, and I'll tap on the background, and I will make this background invisible. Now for me to get the texturing and the appearance, you can see the background color is not the same as the one you saw at the initial design. So what we want to do now is add a color to this background first before working with the other background. So I just made the background invisible from the layer 2 here. So I'm then gonna add a color to the background. So I'll switch over to the background interface, switch over to color, and then gradient. I'm gonna be calling the color code for the background color now. So this is the gradient here. So let me just pick one of the gradients here, or any one I have here as default. So as I have this color as default on Pixellab, I'm just gonna be tapping on it and then plus button right away, and this is my color tool now. Here I can maneuver and play around with colors now. So over here is the first color. I'm just gonna use this color tool here by my right below these 6 color buttons now to first input the color. So once I tap on it now, it brings up this color wheel for me, and then I'm gonna use this special lookalike tool to type in the color I want to put there. So I'm just gonna delete this color code because it's not the color I want to put. So I have one first, so I'm just gonna type D and then 0, and then I'm gonna type, and then I'm gonna type 4, and then I'm gonna type 39. I'm gonna type 39. I'm gonna click the good button, and this is the first color for the left gradient. That is the gradient arrangement. This is the first color for the left arrangement here. So I'll just tap on this right color now, and then use the color tool below, and then impute the same pattern, impute the color. So I'm gonna erase this and impute the other color. I have 31, 10, and I have 65, and then that is it for this color. I'll click OK and OK and OK, and this is the color arrangement now. So I'll just click the good button below here because I'm cool with the color I have now. So this is the color here, and this is it here. With this arrangement you get your color. So just click the good button, and then over to the layer 2 now. We'll make it visible now this time now. So let's blend this background first. So we're gonna go over to reduce the saturation. So I'm just gonna head over to the shape interface tool here, and I'm gonna head over to the color filter tool. This is the color filter tool. It has more like an equalizer icon. So I'm just gonna reduce the saturation of about 67. That is minus 67. So a saturation of minus 67 is good for this now. So I'm gonna click the good button up now, and then I'm gonna reduce the opacity. I'm gonna reduce the opacity of this now. So I'll reduce the opacity to 30, and I think this is cool now. Next thing is get my image now. So I'll just use the plus button from gallery. Okay, this is my image here. I'm just gonna tap on the image right away, so I don't need to crop anything. I'll just click the good button below now, and I have the image on the background. So I'm just gonna slide to increase the size of the image. The image needs to be big enough, so somewhere here it's cool for the image. So I'll head over to the layer now and lock the image so I don't move it by mistake. So I'll just use the plus button up now to get a shape that I'm going to keep at the back of the image. You see that arrangement you saw, there was a shape placed there. It wasn't a background, so I'll keep this shape at the back now and then click good button and head over to the layer to this, the layer tool, and take this shape to the back of this image now. So you see, that was how I got the arrangement now. So I'm just going to bring this up now and then up and up and up and up. So what did you see now? If you look closely, you see that some of this image is not like the two images here. This the boy and this girl image now. It's not sitting on this shape like it was on the other design. So we are going to make it sit on the shape like this girl and this image here now. It's sitting on this more like looking as if it's sitting on this shape now. So we'll make this one look as if it's sitting on the shape also. So I'll just tap on the image now. So I'm just gonna use the rotate tool and then rotate a little 1 and 2, and then I'll bring it up now. I'll use the position tool now, tap on it, and then use the position to bring it up a little. Okay, so it's still not rotated, so we'll rotate it one more time. That's an angle of 3, and I think this is fitted now. So you can see clearly that the both of the whole images are sitting perfectly on the shape. So this is what we want to get for the image now. So as we are cool with this now, next is tap on the image, reduce the saturation of the image to almost -100. So we use the color filter tool like we used it before, and then we reduce the saturation now, saturation to -100. So but then if you hue some of these things, you see that most of the times when hueing, the amount of black it has comes out really well. So we hue it to the extreme -180 to bring out the black. Then we'll increase the contrast to also bring out the black really well. So in contrast of 10 brings out the black for me really well. So I'll just click the good button, and then it's time for me to add some offset effect that was on the image. You could see that from the first design, the offset effect, you can double this image now, make this other image white, and then place it at the back. Let me use white and make this image white, and then place it at the back of this other image by using the layer tool, and then achieve what we want, what I achieved there. But then you could also make it aligned and proper without having to move around and guess, and you could use the shadow tool now. So you on the shadow now, and you see it's a black shadow now. So we'll change the shadow color to white. This is the color now. Then this blur radius will reduce it to extreme. That is, we'll have a blur radius of 0. That means any shadow that comes out is gonna be sharp. It's not gonna be blurred. So we'll offset the shadow by X. That is offset of 8. So an offset of 8 now, offset of 8. So an offset of 8 now will give me exactly what I need without having to play around and play around a lot of things. You see, this is lapping really well now. So this is what I need now. I would want to shift this image a little so it looks balanced. So somewhere here is perfect now. Okay, so as we are designing, if the image are coming up too long, we can still move them up, but for now let's move with this now. So I will move these guys up a little. I'll move this guy up a little. This is my image, I'll move it up. So somewhere here is lapping really well now. So what is left is for us to get our text and compose, and then we'll texture it here on Pixellab also. So I'll use the plus button now, text, and then draw to the extreme, double tap on it. You know how to type text, so I'm just gonna type in. I have it on my clipboard, so no need typing youth. I'm done and okay, and then I'm gonna increase the size. The font I used here, I'm just gonna be calling it for you, so relax. So this is the color for the yellow I used here. Let me use the plus button so you see the color code. The color code here, it's FFC928. okay, so that is the color code. Remember, capital letters for color code. Okay, so I'm just gonna increase till I get a notable size somewhere here. Okay, let me resize to around just 2 something. This is 206. Okay, you could play around it. It's a design, so it's not restricted to any size. So I'll head over to the font. Font here is Misatorida. Oh my god, font name can be funny, I swear. So this is the font name here, Misatorida. So I'll just click OK now. It doesn't have any font family, so don't bother. Okay, so I will change the size. This is 195. Let me just keep at 2 something. Okay, somewhere here it is doable. So why we design. If it's not compatible, we can then reduce the size. So we'll copy this text again to type in the day. So I'll just edit, delete, and then I have the day in my clipboard. No need to just type it down. And okay, I just did paste the day here, so no need for me to type it. So let's use relative position to align these guys. First it's aligned, and then the day we can resize, make it more smaller, and then resize again, and then resize this a little bit, and then this day it's resized. So I will make it relative to the center, and from what I have now I can see that this is too small, so we'll keep it somewhere here. So I have Youth Day. So I have my captions now. So what is left for me is get the other text. I will use the plus button text and then double type. We've not yet arrived for the texturing, so we are going to type in the text before we texture it. Here on Pixellab we are going to be texturing it, trust me. Okay, so I think I have the paragraph text here, youthful and useful, and the rest. So I'm just gonna resize. You all know the paragraph text I recently started using, that is Olivia Sans. So I usually like sticking to font. So most times if I like a font for paragraph, I don't mean other caption font, I will often like using the font. So it's Olivia Sans for now. You can, for Montserrat fonts, you can stick to that. So we are heading to our Olivia Sans. So Olivia Sans light, and then okay, and then that is what we have now. So I'll just keep it here, and then we could resize this here. We could resize to 11. Okay, I have the text here now. So I'll copy this again, and then let me bring it up first. So I'll copy it up and then type in the date. So I'll use the D2 here now, and then delete this, and then I have the date on my clipboard, so I'll just paste it in. I have Sunday 24, 2022, so I have it here now. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring it down. So I'm gonna use a bold font for this now, and head over Olivia Sans bold, and okay. So we are gonna increase the size, so around 20 is good now. So I'll bring it up a little now. So I think it's left for the time now, so I'll just copy this now and then bring it below, and it did, I think, 9 a.m. that was the time. So we'll type in 9 first, and then we'll click OK, and then we'll move it down a little, and left. So I think we'll need to resize and move up, like I said earlier. If we start editing and we don't get a lot of stuff, we'll resize and move up. I kind of moved this effect, so let me just bring it down. Okay, so I think it's down now. So the 9 is gonna be a different font, which is the font here. Don't bother about the whole resource used on this design. I'm gonna be sharing the font with you guys, so you get the whole font now. So this is the font for the text here. This is the font for the 9. Jack Sport Script is a nice font. So I'm just gonna increase the size a little. So I'll copy the text again, and then edit and type AM and done, and okay, and then bring it down. Let me use relative position now to bring it down. Okay, it's down now. I'm just gonna move to the left and move it closer and closer, and left and down. Okay, we're gonna be adding the shape we actually used to cover the shape, the date. So we'll use a circle shape first, then we'll reduce the size, something like this. Now you reduce the size with these handles. You see all these buttons I used to reduce the size. So I'm gonna use a gradient font. I've actually taught this on many of my tutorials. For you to erase the color on a shape completely, you have to use a gradient which doesn't have any color. So you can pick any gradient color. Now let's pick this one and use the plus button, and then tap on the black, use the color tool, which is this one now, this last color tool here now, then reduce the opacity to 0. Okay, and then on the other color, tap on it with the same color tool, reduce the opacity to 0, and you are good to go. So we'll have the colors out now, so we can on the stroke to 1 and then add the stroke color to make this an outline shape. So this is it now, simple and easy. So I'm just gonna reduce the size of this, resize this, and I'm gonna head back to the edit now. So I think it's big enough now, so we'll have to resize it here, so we don't have to start adding some stroke back again on the edit. You know, most of the times you can edit stuff on default here, which is where the shapes will form, than clicking OK and then start editing it again. That one is not always perfect. When you edit it here, it's best because it's editing the pesos directly. So something like this. Time. So I'm going to bring down the time. I think this is good. So I'll crop this again, okay? But I'm going to adjust everything when we are done placing all this stuff. So we adjust and space a lot of stuff, so we'll have a lot of space also on the design. So I think we'll resize this a little so we can get the double shape effect with it on this design. So I think I resized that. The size here it's 14 and the other one is 15, just a little 1 peso different. So I'm just gonna bring this down and then left. Okay, so this is good now. Don't bother about the spacing, we are gonna be spacing it, or let's space it right away. Let's just bring this guy up. We're still gonna do some adjustments though when we're done with almost everything, so we'll space properly. So we'll bring this guy up a little. Okay, this is it for this now. So let me just copy this text for now and then bring it here. I want to type in the address. So I'm going to double tap on this now and delete, and over to my clipboard I have the address there on my clipboard. So just type in the address down below, blah blah blah. So I have the address now. So I'm going to use left alignment for this. So I'm going to align to the left and then reduce the size here so it gets close to each other. So with the same text size, that is 11. That's what we are still going to use for this. So we're here, it's good now. So it's over to the location icon. So we are going to use the plus button from gallery and then head over to our location. So I'm just going to search the location icon so it gets it for me. So this is the location icon. I just tapped on it right away. It's up on Pixellab, and then I'm going to resize. I'll change the color to white. Color I have here is white, and then I'm gonna resize and then bring down and then resize again. We are gonna resize to it fits in. So I'm just move and then bring down up a little. So we are gonna move the two of them this time. So mark and then use the button here, this button that looks more like a phone, and then a pencil on top of the phone. It's used to move stuff when you mark them, like bring up edit tools. So we are gonna copy this again. It's time for me to add the social details there, the social account. I will edit now and then promise Sebastian. Okay, so okay, and I have my own text now. So I'm just gonna resize this because it has to be smaller. So probably 9. So 9 is good now. We'll bring down and left, and then we'll bring it close. So we'll change the color to the same yellow this was now, and then we'll copy the text again and then edit now. So we'll then delete this promise button now, and then I'm gonna use the social media text effect, which I'm gonna share with you guys also on the description link. So the text for Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook are A, B, and V. So I'm gonna click done. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it relative to the bottom left, and then I'm gonna use the position to left, and then up, left, and then I'm gonna go change the font here, font, and then my font. So this is the font here. I just tapped on it, it changed it. I think Twitter, Facebook, and then Instagram. So Twitter is A, Facebook B, Instagram V for the font. So I'm going to reduce the spacing for the font here. So we use the spacing tool here. This is the spacing tool. I'll just tap on it to reduce the spacing of these icons now. So I'm just going to bring it to the left so it aligns with this now. So I'm going to resize this now. I think somewhere here is good. We're going to bring down promise a little and then left. So we'll mark promise and the icon now, then tap on this tool and then this position tool now, which you also have on the position tool on the shape interface. So I'm going to use the position tool now and then make sure it's aligned well. Okay, so this is good now. This is good now. So it's time for me to do some finishing touches. As you can see, this is not perfect. We want to move some stuffs and then align some other stuffs now. So we are going to increase this youth now to maximize the space of what we would want to be doing. So I'll move this guy up and then the day will bring it down somewhere here. So we'll use relative position to bring the youth to the center. I think it's at the center here now. So youth and the blah blah blah, I think we'll resize it again. Okay, so we are doing some finishing touches, so keep it at 10, and I think this 10 is cool. So we'll use our alignment now to make sure the youth is aligned. The youth is aligned with the text here now. So I'm just gonna align and place my line. So my line is here now, so I'm gonna off the grid and then on it back again, so it removes the stuffs here. So we'll mark most stuffs here. We'll mark Sunday, we'll mark the paragraph text, we'll mark this, we'll mark this, we'll mark the 9 and the AM, and then move them to the left with this tool now, so it's aligned with this shape. So something like this. So let's align. And then I'm gonna move just the Sunday. I'll move the Sunday left, and then okay, and then I'm gonna move the youth left, and I think this is good for this now. So this is good for this now. So this is good for this now, and I think I'm gonna check whether this is aligned also. Remember, we are here to texture it to look much more blended and more nice feel to it. Okay, so this is perfect now. So we could resize this to get enough space beneath now. So that is what we want to do now. So I'm going to resize my date so I get enough space below there. So I'm just resizing now. So somewhere around here is perfect. So we'll move this time left. So we are doing this to perfect this design. So I'm moving up. Okay, so this is perfect now. So the next is texturing now. First, for me to texture this image now to make it look popish, so I'm just gonna copy the image now, remove the shadow effect that was added on the image. I'll head over to the shadow tool and then off the shadow and then click OK, and then I'm gonna place it perfect to fit this now. So it's fitting these shapes now. So I will head over to texture and then over to gallery to bring in the image I want to add as texture to this design now. So this is the image here, and I just clicked on it now. It's right on my Pixellab now. I'll just click the good button below. Probably you can change the dimension to whatever dimension. You can also use the default dimension. So let's just use square for the sake of the design. So we'll have the dimension here now. So what we want to do now is click OK now. Get a shape, whatever size. You could just get whatever size. Then make the shape invisible. And then, like I taught you guys about increasing the size of your initial design before merging it. Let's just keep it at 3000. Let's just keep this at 3000. before merging, because once you merge, the image is going to have that size. So this is my image size now. This is, you head over to the background interface now, then this image size now change to a very big size, because whatever you merge in that size, like it's slow now. The default size was 1280. So once it's on that 1280, if I merge it, it's gonna, what I merge is gonna have that dimension. So once you increase the dimension, once you merge, it will have enough quality. So we need quality on this now. That was why we did that now. So we'll have this now. What we want to do now is get over to the shape tool here now. What we want to do now, get over to the shape tool, use the erase color tool now on it now, and then use this sucker to suck any light side of the color of this purple color, any bright side of it. That's what we're gonna suck out. So you click OK, and then we use the plus button again, suck somewhere here. So you click OK, and then plus button again, suck somewhere here. So we want to blend it in. So you could see it's properly blended in. You see the magic now. This is so perfect and good looking. This is properly blended in now. You see the image are now looking poppy. So that is the trick to blending stuff. So you could play around with it. You could reduce the opacity to whatever amount you want. You could reduce the opacity so it blends in. You can leave it at 80. And then we also want to blend this background also to the shape. So we just copy the background now and then crop somewhere. Let's just say we'll crop from here now, and then use relative position. I think it went out. Use relative position and bring it to the center, then keep it at this white background. We want to keep the texture also at the white background, and then use relative position to the center, and then click OK. Then over to layer 2 now, then bring this to the back of this image now, so it doesn't cover up the image. We want to put the texture on the white background. So the texture is now on the white background now. So what we want to do now is first increase the opacity, and then use the eraser tool again. So we're gonna on the eraser tool and then suck a lot of colors out. So this is out now, and then plus again. So we'll suck from here. So this is out now. So we can reduce the opacity and it won't have much effect now. So let's just keep it at opacity of 15. So guys, wow, we did it. What an awesome design. Okay, we did it, guys. Thanks for watching this awesome tutorial. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button as I drop awesome tutorials like this every Wednesday. Don't forget, share with your friends. You're not the only one to benefit from this awesome tutorial. Okay guys, thanks for watching once more, and keep creating. See you next Wednesday.